Hello, Warrior families. This is Dr. Todd Schutz, Superintendent of Schools. I thought I would try something a little different to give you an update of what's going on in the Smithville School District, as opposed to reading you a script that's recorded and provided to you by phone. Thought we'd try this video, so we'll see how this works. I hope everyone is managing as well as they can during these crazy times. It's really hard to articulate what we're experiencing, and to say they're crazy times just doesn't seem to do it justice. Callie Downey, the counselor at Eagle Heights Elementary, had a post on Eagle's Facebook page that I thought was very appropriate. The quote references trauma as being too much too fast. Well, that's exactly what we seem to be going through right now. Information just changes so rapidly, and it's all so new in how we're going about our daily lives. It's a lot, and it's a lot really fast. So one could say that we're experiencing a collective traumatic experience because our world has changed overnight, and we have more questions than we have answers. So as we get through this together, it is important that we give ourselves some grace. Our teachers and administrators are doing great things. We hear from parents on a daily basis about how appreciative they are of the jobs that our teachers and administrators are doing. And by the way, we really appreciate those comments. They certainly lift our spirits and fuel our fire, so to speak, and keep us going. So we're grateful for that, and we're grateful for the work of our teachers and administrators. So, but also let me take a minute to pat you on the back. Not only did our teachers change how they do things overnight, but you became homeschool parents overnight. And I think everybody's situation is going to be different depending on whether you're working right now or whether you're at home as well. So again, it's a different world, and parents, I pat you on the back and thank you for what you're doing and keeping your kids going as we try to continue to teach them. So back to the quote referenced by Callie Downey: give yourself some grace, give your kids some grace, and give us some grace as we try to adjust to this new normal. None of us have done this before, and it can be hard, but we will get through it in one piece if we stick together. So the big announcement this week is that we will go to 4-day online instruction starting next week. So 4-day weeks starting the week of April 6th. This will be Monday through Thursday. So your child will log on like they normally do Monday through Thursday to complete their work. Friday, they will not need to log on unless they're logging on to complete some projects or to get some work done. And that may be the case. So the reason for this change is because depending on the student and their coursework, moving to completely online instruction can be really challenging for some students. While some may not need the extra time, a catch-up day really could benefit other students. Teachers, as I've said, have completely flipped how they deliver instruction overnight. After years of teaching a certain way, a career's worth of teaching a certain way in some cases, suddenly they're left scrambling to provide quality learning experiences in a whole new way. So giving teachers an extra day to plan and collaborate and catch their breath will be very valuable time for them. Finally, such a seismic shift in how we do business is very stressful and draining. So giving teachers a day to regroup will help them endure an extended closure. The closure seems to be getting longer and longer, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. So let's talk about grading. I'm getting some questions for parents about assessments and will my child still receive grades and so on. So as long as we're on extended break, our priority in grades kindergarten through 8 will be to reinforce and apply the learning that took place prior to our break. Although new content may be introduced, there will be no expectation that students will master that content. Totally different setting, learning in a totally different way may work well for some students. Some students may really struggle in this environment. So no expectation that students will master the new content that is taught. Grading will be based upon engagement and participation, not only on mastery of content. So we want your kids engaged, we want them participating, we want their brains still moving and their dendrites still growing in that way. Grade card standards will show progressing only on any new curriculum introduced during break and may not be marked for all of the curriculum that will not be addressed. Once we're able to come back to school, we'll revert back to our traditional practices. Right now, we want parents to be able to take care of their families without undue added stress, and we want our students to stay engaged so they do not forget what has been learned this year. We know that students regress in their learning during the summer months. It's well researched, it's a fact. We do not want that regression to be even greater if we have a longer than normal summer break. High school, however, is a totally different situation. Students are earning credits for their work, and GPAs are calculated. Learning in one class lays the foundation for success in the next sequential course, all of which have implications for their futures. As much as possible, we must continue addressing the curriculum. The high school staff's working through these issues. No definitive decisions have been made at this time, but we will let you know very soon. Again, they're working very hard on this, collaborating and determining what is best for our high school students. Meal deliveries. OPA, our food service provider, has done a fantastic job. What a difference maker they've been in our school district. As of today, they prepared 4,098 meals for our students. So we're so grateful for that service. Starting today, which is Tuesday, we are delivering meals from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. instead of the morning time. This will also allow OPA to prepare hot meals for lunch, which will allow for more variety, like chicken patties on Wednesday. Parents, if you're not familiar with Chicken Patty Wednesday, ask your kids. Be watching for details on social media this week for more information about securing your chicken patty for next Wednesday. Finally, our bus drivers will be taking on the food delivery routes next week. So you'll see school buses running around town delivering food to families. I don't know about you, but I think it'll be nice just to see those yellow buses going up and down the road. So I've got some shout outs I'd like to mention here. Our staff is simply amazing, and I've never been more proud to wear green. So thanks again to our teachers for completely flipping how they do things overnight. Another shout out to our parents and guardians, as I've mentioned, for keeping your children on a schedule at home, checking in with them to ensure they're keeping up, and reinforcing the lessons teachers are providing. A shout out to our technology department. The Smithville School District's technology department has been incredible with the shift to online learning overnight. As of today, this team has prepared and distributed 480 devices. So we know that we're one-to-one from grades 7 through 12. Well, grades K through 6 didn't have that opportunity. So our technology department broke down and prepared devices for those students. So that's just fantastic, and we're so grateful for them doing that in such short order. Shout out to our maintenance and custodial department. They are still working every day. They're social distancing, but they are working hard on our schools, making sure that they are clean, disinfected, and ready for when we can occupy them again. I mentioned OPA, our food service contractor, before. Our OPA managers have gone above and beyond to make sure our students are fed healthy meals. The numbers of students served have changed significantly every day, but they don't miss a beat. So that is becoming a more and more popular service, those free meals to our students. So finally, we don't know when this thing is going to end. Unfortunately, it's likely to get worse before it gets better. The Kansas City Star reported today on a study out of the University of Washington that has Missouri peaking on May 18th. Evidently, this model is running data on a daily basis. So we'll see. But May 18th puts us roughly 2 months into this. If it takes us 2 more months to bring the curve all the way back down, that's quite a ways from now. I know many of you are wondering about prom, graduation, and spring sports. I don't have any definite answers for you today, but we hope to provide some direction soon. Hang tight and rest assured we're working on it. Every day presents new information to be considered as we make these decisions. And seniors, I'm sorry that your senior year is such a mess this spring. I wish it were different for you. Many of you have thought about your senior year for a long, long time. But I promise you we will do everything that we possibly can to make this spring as special as possible. Thank you, seniors, for your positive attitude and supporting your teachers and continuing to work hard at the end here, the end of the marathon. So in closing, we are Warrior Strong because you are strong. Please take care of yourselves, Warrior families, and remember, it is always a great day to be a warrior.